My name is Margaret Ann Windsor, and I was kidnapped from Buckingham Palace in 1941, born in 39, and brought to this country, Moulton, Alabama, in 41, and given the name of a twin, Peggy Ann Dempsey. I married a Childers. Both twins were dead, and later, before I found out about my real name in 83, in the almost the winter of 83, I'd written a medical malpractice book called MD, A License to Kill. And I was writing it while I worked for doctors, and was writing about, obviously, about mind control was part of it. And it was done in patterns, murders being done in patterns. I was writing about the fact that with mind control, and this is way back then, so technology has really advanced now. MK Ultra had been hauled into before Congress in 1953 for mind control and mental health tortures. So there's a lot of agencies, specifically the one that has done these in patterns, and they did it deliberately because it's mind control is a weapon, the ultimate weapon really to control your mind in civil rights violation. And it's hard to prove, it's invisible. Now, the reason for this one this morning, I have to give a little background. I'm not going to show the pictures of my father and my Uncle George, who became the illegal George VI and helped take down, well, there went my other phone. I don't know how that fell off, but anyway. And then he's illegal. He helped kidnap me with Roosevelt and Kennedy, JFK's father, became ambassador during that time. They all helped in my kidnapping, illegal takedown of my father, who was married to Claudia O'Keefe, American Catholic. She was, and she was Irish. And some of the family didn't like her, but the point is it was a New World Order, the Jews and the Americans. Every president you've had has been part of the New World Order or Freemasons, same thing. Now then, I've gotten away because I give background, and I don't know if anyone goes beyond to listen to it or not. But my point is the mind control murders, Larry Flynn, I keep saying that because he wrote me up an editorial in April issue of 84 where he endorsed me, and I was flown out to his home because he had been shot in Lawrenceville, Georgia, while I was doing the book in Marietta, Georgia. And I want you to listen to the names because this is part of what becomes pattern. I was doing the book, A License to Kill. It was later, a few years later, that Timothy Dalton, who's a 007, starred in A License to Kill. Moonraker Apartments I lived in, and they were owned by the Mormon Church and had been owned by Penthouse Magazine. And they're the only plush apartments I've ever lived in, a long, long time ago. But you get the gist. Moonraker with Roger Moore was a 007. Now, I'm going to fast forward. I found out that my aunt is Georgia O'Keefe, the artist. She lived at Ghost Ranch, and a lot happened to her and was stolen in the last years of her life out there. But recently, a couple of years ago, a movie was made with Daniel Craig, another 007 star. It was Aliens, and I've forgotten the name of it now. But anyway, it was actually done on Georgia's ranch. And if in I believe you pronounce it, New Mexico, and I was in Santa Fe in 84, and stopped by Santa Fe and left things there in the post office box, and I understand now why things have been shut down. The O'Keefes have been murdered and knocked off. But anyway, I'm going to skip to that. I was trying to show you patterns. Now I want to get, and how I know, and they were deliberately done in patterns, and they were done by an agency here. And I think you all can stop and think who it is. And do I blame them? I've lived a hell of a life, and if I ever get to tell this, it's one hell of a story. It's horrible. because it's been done in plain sight, like a whipping and a torture every day of my life at the hands of the Americans. So you don't want it told until you find out that how it affects you, and that's what one of the agents said. So I'm going to say it again. It's the American people that let it happen, and some of my own family, the Windsors, and the Germans, and some of my family, and some Americans are the ones that helped. It's the British that took the brunt of the hell, and excuse me if I don't have this written down and have a prepared speech, and I'm upset at the whole thing. I want to say this, though. I'm back here at Corporate Suites. I was here 2 years ago. It was, and I believe still is, owned by a Jewish man, and he owns a lot of them. And I have been made, my whereabouts, I'm a hostage, just like Great Britain's a hostage for the United States because of my uncle and he's illegal, and the takedown of my father, Edward VIII. I'm Victoria II, the legal heir. So the Jews, after I was kidnapped, it became a Jewish state. When? 47? Was that it? And I could go on and on with it, but I want to get back to the point before this video goes up. I was talking the last videos I've made, and on Facebook it's been a while. Somebody hijacked it. But on the videos I've been telling about the Jewish and my kidnapping, and them being a part of it, the Rockefellers, Rothschilds, the New World Order. And one of the mind control murders that just happened is the man up in, well, where is it? Oh, wow, I needed that down. Kansas, I believe it's Kansas City, Missouri. It was near a Jewish retirement home, and wow, it looked plush. You know what they did to me? I live on the Appalachian Trail and don't have toilet tissue or food. With the exception of a few times I'm able to have an apartment, and I've been soaked with chemicals, which I'm allergic to, and my health is so deteriorated. I've got shingles right now from the ongoing chemical. It's an immune disorder that they've fed me is really it. And I'll quote, because I'm going back to this, if this tape will hold out. In August of 2009, Carl Barton, a retired Virginia State Trooper, his wife took me to Affordable Corporate Suites. And it's on Overland Drive, and that's the point I want to make. And now I'm going to forget this. I guess I should have looked it all up again. Ringo Starr's last name is the street. Main Street is his last name. It's not Starr. So a lot of the murders and stuff have been done around my name and where I'm at and all this. And a lot of murders happen like State Trooper, and this is going to go off. But anyway, this Jewish shooting up there, and they were calling him a racist, the guy, and he's part of the Hitler, all this stuff. The Americans, I mean, I'm sitting here, they're still torturing me after 75 years. All they've done to me in Great Britain, and they're going to point a finger and call this man racist. What the hell do you think all the media here is? The local media that cover all of it up. And I wanted to get one more thing in about the Blade Runner, Oscar Pistorius. I can't believe what they're doing to him. God help me to ever make it out of this mess. And all of it's told before the world and the man set free. And you won't hurt this gentle, kind man ever again. He's programmed, and he's telling you the truth. And it could have been reversed, that Reva shot him. They're both beautiful people. But because she's dead and he's alive doesn't make him the criminal. He's not. He was programmed. And right at the moment, I guess there was something else I wanted to say, and I won't get it done. But anyway, this is me right here. I'm Victoria II, and I've been through a living hell with every law in the book broken against me, and my sons, Mark and Scott. I have no idea where they are. If they're alive, I pray every day they are, and this is over, and it's in your face, America, and you have to pay for your crimes. And, oh yeah, I was thinking about Russia. You know, you point a finger at